Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to tell you about my personal experience, my Erasmus experience. So, as all of you who are watching this video probably are preparing to go to Erasmus or to film a video about Erasmus experience, or you just want to compare if my Erasmus experience was similar to your Erasmus experience. So let's get started. So let's start with the country I was studying in. I was studying in Lithuania by then, and the country I chose to go was Spain. Why Spain? Because this is how you should choose the country. First of all, you choose the country where you would like to pass those 5 months, or sometimes it's even 1 year. Depends on each of you. I chose 5 months because I wasn't sure if I will be able to handle 1 year away from home, because that was my first experience out of home, out of family, out of my comfort zone. So I chose Spain because Spain was the country where I was dreaming to go as a tourism destination, but as a destination where I could pass longer than 1 week or 2 weeks to feel more like the local life, because all the things that the country gives to you whenever you are a tourist, it's not the same when you are longer time over there, and when you are doing the things that are local people doing, going to the place where local people are going. So my choice was Spain because I was in love with Spain, and I am still in love with Spain. And first thing what we did with my classmate when we passed the Erasmus exam, we bought the ticket right away, because we didn't want it to spend more money later, because the tickets were getting expensive with every day. So on second day we bought the tickets. We had a flight from Palanga to Barcelona, and from Barcelona we were going to San Sebastian, which was our last destination, our Erasmus destination. San Sebastian is the most beautiful city in Spain, or maybe in whole world. Not because I spent my Erasmus over there, but because that city is like so much adorable, so beautiful, so clean, so little and cute. Like a city like that, you just have to go to see that place. So first 2 days we passed in Barcelona because that was my dream. And at that moment, actually, I didn't care much about what my classmate wants, because passing by Barcelona and not staying there at least 2 days to visit Sagrada Familia, Cathedral of Barcelona, that would be insane. So the first impression about Spain was made in Barcelona, and once you get in Barcelona, you fall in love with Spain. That was the first destination we went, and I fall in love once again with Spain. So the first advice from my side to you would be, don't waste your scholarship right away, because last month you will spend eating potatoes only, or a cucumber, or I don't know, any cheap food, because you spent all your money on the clothes or drinks or having fun, but you will still have fun even without spending much money. So first advice, don't spend all your money. Buy the tickets right 1 month, 2 months, how long the time before the Erasmus will be, that better for you. We bought 1 month and a half before the tickets. We paid much in comparison with the prices now, but by then it was a cheap price. Always search for alternatives. For example, when we were going from Barcelona to San Sebastian already for our Erasmus destination, we were searching if it's easier and cheaper to go with a plane or with a train or with a bus or with BlaBlaCar. By then we didn't use BlaBlaCar because we didn't spoke any Spanish and local people weren't speaking much English. So the alternative for our trip was bus because it was cheaper, although it was much longer than the plane, but it was like 7 to 8 hours of trip. But we were okay. We didn't pay much. We paid like 25 euros per person to get from Barcelona to San Sebastian, which was 400 kilometers more or less. Always, if you are coming like me and my classmates, not directly to the destination, but you have to travel from some main city to the destination, always stay in hostels. No 4-star hotel, no 5-star, nothing like that. Of course, if you know that in the end of the month your parents will pay your hotel stay, you can do that. But as an Erasmus experience, usually you end up having no money. So stay in hostels or use couch surfing, which is also a good way to get to meet people, to not spend money and pass your time really nice. So that would be one of my advices to you as well. Whenever you are going to some destination to have your Erasmus, always find local people that could help you to find accommodation, because probably if you are going to some non-English speaking country, you don't speak the language, which is making the things much more difficult. For example, in my case, before like 3 months before, I already knew more or less that I will pass the exam of Erasmus. I wasn't sure, but I was praying every day to pass it. I knew I wanted, and like 3 months before, I found a guy on the internet, on a web page like Facebook, but a Russian one, because I know my nationality people are using this page a lot. So I found a guy from San Sebastian and I asked him to help me to find a flat, to tell me about the city more, because it's not the same. Whenever you Google the city, the information is not going to be the same as some local person will tell you some information. So always find the local people that would help you. In my case, this guy helped me a lot. First of all, he found a flat, he reserved the flat for us, he paid his own money, and he didn't even told me that he paid his own money. And the guy disappeared, the owner of the flat, he disappeared. But this Armenian guy, he didn't told me anything about the money he paid. He told me this in the middle of my Erasmus, whenever we already got very good friends, I get to know his family. He told me, this happened, that I reserved the flat, but the guy disappeared, and I paid like 600 euros for him to not give the flat to anyone else, and he disappeared. Of course, during those 5 months that I was there, we found the guy and he gave the money back. But anyway, that was really, really nice experience when the guy that doesn't know you at all, he helps you out, and not only you, but also a classmate that you are bringing with you. So first 2 weeks, because of the guy that disappeared, we stayed at the place of this Armenian guy. We found, with his help again, we found a flat. So he helped us to find a flat, and that would be my advice. Always search for nice people that don't mind to help you, local people. And the next thing, always rent accommodation, like a flat, a house, or wherever is cheaper, because usually flats are cheaper than any student dormitory. Student dormitory were costing quite a lot in San Sebastian, and in any destination they cost a lot. And the worst thing, that actually it's not even comfortable to live in a dormitory. For me personally, I couldn't live in dormitory because in majority of the dormitories you have a timetable when you can get out and when you can get in. There is always this old woman that is always angry with you. There is always a lot of rules that you can't kind of even breathe, you know. So I prefer to rent an apartment and share with the students, because obviously you can't, being an Erasmus student and having a scholarship of, depends on each country, my scholarship was 400 euros per month, you can't handle to rent accommodation by your own. So we were like 5 students from Lithuania and 1 student from Mexico, and this Mexican guy, he texted me on a web page erasmus.com. I will leave the link below, and you can go over there. In Erasmus you kind of leave all the information from where you are going, for how long you are going, where are you going, which university, and people can get in touch with you. And even before coming to Erasmus, you can already find people to stay with or be friends with, or someone from your university, or maybe can be even someone that will be in your class. So this Mexican guy, he texted me by his own, asking how many people we are and if he could stay with us, because he's all alone and he needs people to share the apartment. I told, we're already 5 people, but no worries, I will help you, because I already received a help from the Armenian guy. So that's also one of my advices. Never reject anyone, even if you know you are not able to help with this, but at least try. But because you never know if you will be actually able or no. Never reject, because these people that are asking for help could become your good friends, as it happened in my case. I knew we're already 5 people from Lithuania. I didn't know the rest of the 3. I know only my my classmate, and the rest I didn't know. But I didn't rejected the Mexican guy, because I understood he's coming all alone from Mexico to Spain. He's not the same like from Lithuania to Spain, although Mexican at least speaks Spanish, we don't. But that exactly a thing. We could collaborate, we could help each other to get out from some situations. So never reject anyone that is asking you a help, because the life is a boomerang. Everything comes back, believe me, everything. The second part of this video you will find on my channel, The Traveling Frog. Just follow and continue watching.